course. All right, I'm with Elizabeth Redmond and Dr. Peter Rillero. Oh, here's your head. Okay. I'm looking at your name tag and trying to video at the same time.
We are Adaptive Curriculum.
And here they are. Adaptive Curriculum.
Online environment for math and science.
Okay.
And strong interaction. Elizabeth's going to walk us through a math activity object.
All right, Elizabeth.
So we're going to look at one of our activity objects called comparing and ordering fractions. And one of the features I want to show you right now is down here in the corner, our little target here, which brings us to our learner outcomes and the developing abilities that the students will achieve when they work on this activity object. So for this particular one, our learner outcomes, our students will compare and order fractions and mixed numbers. And one of the abilities that they'll develop by working on this is modeling equivalent forms to judge the size of fractions. In this first section of our activity, we're going to go right down to the basic part of it of understanding what it means to make equivalent forms. So the students are going to be working with a pair of fractions and are actually going to be modeling that so that they can build that conceptual understanding. So I'm going to go ahead and get to our activity right here. And what our students are going to first start off with are just your basic types of fractions. We like to scaffold our learning quite a bit in the math to start them right from the beginning of the concept and then build it up throughout the concept. So here they're simply just working on fractions with the same denominators, which is where we start. And in here they're going to build what that fraction looks like by sliding the bar over. And we know that we need to divide it into 6 parts. And to build this first fraction, we're simply just going to shade it in. And now we want to compare it to our second fraction. So we're going to build our model again, and we're going to build it here. So the students get a chance to build the model and see it conceptually and then be able to say, okay, when I look at these two, I can see that 3/6 is indeed bigger than 1/6. So then they are going to check their work, and they're going to get some feedback on their work. We will have feedbacks in all of our activity objects. Either they're going to be positive feedbacks or they're also going to be some corrective feedbacks as well, so students know where to go after that. So now we can make our comparison up here. Still giving a little bit of explanation. And now we get to make our comparison using the symbolic form of that as well. So we went from models to the symbolic form.
So just briefly, grade level and target audience on this product?
This particular object here is for 6th grade.
Okay.
But our main library is for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Okay.
So then we move on to the second part. After we've spent time modeling it, we're going to now practice it again, but start to develop the rules of what we would use when we are comparing and ordering fractions. So we're going to take the same idea, change it up a little bit in a different context, and make it look a little bit different so that they're thinking about it in a different way, but they're still practicing it. Skip our introduction. And again, as you can see on the screen here, we scaffold our learning again. So starting with the very basic types of comparisons with same denominators, then we go to same numerators, and then we change it up where it's different numerators and denominators. So we're trying to build that level of understanding. After we've had time to practice through here then, we get to go to the application part of the activity, where now comparing and ordering fractions is put into a contextual situation. And our situation here is a pizza eating contest.
Oh, that's fun.
So we're just going to take a little preview of what's going here. We're having an explanation of what the contest is. We're going to have 3 fun-looking middle school students competing in a pizza eating contest. And we are going to use our knowledge of comparing and ordering fractions to help determine who the winners are of the contest. So we'll go over to our contest. And we're going to start eating pizza. So round 1 is over. Now we're going to see the results of what each student did in their competition, and you can see the results here. And again, I keep bringing up that scaffolding of learning that's so important in mathematics, and this still carries it out in part 3, where at first they're working with the basic types of comparisons, and then it'll continue through there.
Okay, I'm going to pause here. Thank you very much.